So you said you got pictures of when you was overweight.
Oh yeah, lots of. And then when I first lost weight, and mainly when I first moved out. First, no, right before I moved out.
Right before you moved out here? Okay. Hey, do me a favor, no, outside. Bump it.
What, you want me to do it?
I was gonna get the music. No.
Oh.
I was gonna get the music, but it's cool. So just tell me, man, so when you was when you was like younger, you know, the part when you was like you said you was overweight, this you right there, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Bam.
Bang.
What the hell's going on
There's a lot going on.
in your life? All right. So tell me, Todd, what was some of the emotions that you were going through when you was younger, when you was in school, when you was overweight, with your peers?
Well, you don't know. You don't know you're fat until somebody points it out to you. And then you realize that maybe you're not like everybody else, you know, and then everybody else is skinnier, and then they point it out and you become a fat kid. You know, you just suddenly, you're the fat kid. When did that happen? You know, it happens because somebody else points it out to you. And then you get picked on because you are, you know, the fat kid, and then you have to find a way to combat it. And you either get skinnier, or you develop a sense of humor and you defend yourself. Or you become, you know, the tough fat kid and you develop a Napoleon syndrome where you're where you're short and fat and angry. You know, that wasn't my mentality. You know, I developed a smart ass sense of humor and combated it that way. And that gave me, you know, the sense of humor that I have.
Okay, so did you actually get in any fights?
Did I get in any fights?
Yeah, any fights?
Verbally.
You got into verbal fights?
I pissed a lot of people off.
So was that like your defense mechanism?
Always has been a very defensive person. Very defensive.
And that was because of you didn't give an individual a chance to clown you, and you just automatically threw up your defense and attacked before you felt that you was going to be attacked.
Right.
Is that it?
Absolutely.
No.
With anything. Because it started as that, and then because you're so used to defending the way you look, that it develops into more areas. So I would slam somebody for any reason, just because I thought they might say, "Oh, you're fat." Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. So when you was doing all this, you know what I'm saying, attacking people, how did it make you feel? Did it make you feel good? Just tell me, how did you feel? In your mind, when you went by yourself and you thought about the situation?
Right, well, it's a defense mechanism. So you're not doing it for an emotional response. You're just doing it because you think you need to do it because you're defending yourself, or so you think you're defending yourself, but you don't need to.
So you saying it's not, so if anybody out there right now, boy or girl, that's in that situation, what would you say to them if they're doing exactly what you said you used to do?
They don't know they're doing it, but they're doing it. If they stopped and were able to third person look at themselves, they'd be able to realize they were doing it, and they'd stop doing it. But they probably don't even realize that they're doing it.
You say they don't realize that they're doing it? Okay, so here's another question I want to ask you, Brother Todd. If they don't realize that they're doing it, now just listen, if they don't realize that they're doing it, then what would cause them to realize that whatever that they're doing, for instance, give me some type of insight. If an individual don't realize that they're doing it's a defense mechanism type of situation, what can bring them to reality to realize that they are?
They're probably very shut off. They're probably kind of a loner. They probably have some friends, but they're probably very much a loner. They probably keep to themselves, respect privacy a lot. They're probably very shut off.
Okay. Now let's say if it's whoever this person is in the world right now, this kid, this grown person, whoever this individual is, whether male, female, black, white, green, or blue, let's say they thinking about ending it all because they've been getting picked on, been getting jumped on, been discriminated against, and they right right now at this point, what would you say to somebody that right now is thinking about committing suicide?
Use pills. No, you have to realize that it's not, that's the most selfish choice that you can possibly make. You know, you're affecting so many people, and you have to be responsible. You know, I've made so many terrible decisions. I don't regret any of them, and that's the key thing, is that I don't regret anything I've done, and that's something that's so regretful that you can't take back. You know, when you do something like that, there's nothing you can fix. You can't fix anything. All the problems that I've had in my life, I've been able to go back and fix and change and better myself for. When you do that, there's nothing to better. It's done. You're done. You're over. You know, so that's definitely not even one of the A, B, C, or D choices on the list to do. So it shouldn't even be considered. It's not even a last resort, no matter what the problem is.
And this is the suicide thing we're talking about, right?
Right. I mean, at least go on drugs or something with suicide. That's not going to work.
Suicide's not gonna work. Okay. Hey,
Prostitution, at least, with suicide.
prostitution. Okay. Now let's say prostitution. Let's say for individual, you understand, figure that, okay, well, hell, I just want to sell my body. I mean, anything that can harm me.
Because if you sell your body or you go on drugs, you can go into rehab. You can go on a 12-step program for an alcoholic. But if you commit suicide, you can't go back and change that. You're done. You're out. Everything else you can eventually fix and better yourself. But once you've done that, you're out. Game over.
So if they commit suicide, they're not helping the situation at all. Is that hurting anybody? Are they hurting anybody if they commit suicide? I mean, other than themselves.
Well, yeah, they're hurting everybody, at least.
So who would be just, let's just say off the top of your head, who would be some of the major people in whoever this individual is live that would be hurting?
You know, you can't even name it off. Like you could be very stereotypical and you could say, oh, your family and your friends, but if you really think about it, you can't predict fate. So you have no idea what that person's future was. You have no idea what that course of life is going to be. So you can't even begin to predict because you have no idea where that person was going to go or what they were supposed to accomplish. So it's really deeper than that because everybody has a course of life. Everybody has something that they're supposed to do or ambitious for. And so really you're affecting fate almost because you're supposed to do something. You're supposed to accomplish something in the end, and you're taking that away from community. You're taking that away from society because you have a skill. You're supposed to use something, and you're taking that away.
That's right. That's right. Definitely right. So when you came to the decision that you wanted to do something about your weight, what happened?
You have to want it, and that's why like diets don't work. You know, when you see somebody on TV that says you want to look like me, you know, or you can look like me, or you want to look like me, or do this, buy this, you know, fuck you. I'm never gonna look like you. You know,
That's right.
You know, I'm only gonna look like me. You know, and that's the bottom line. I want it, and you have to want it. No matter what it is in life, you have to want it. And you know, I wanted it bad, and so it was 6 days a week of cardio, nothing but cardio. The diet I was on wasn't necessarily the best. I wouldn't recommend it. You know, there wasn't a lot of eating involved.
Oh, really?
So I wouldn't recommend what I did to other people. There's definitely healthier ways of doing it for sure. But you have to figure out what works for you and maybe a healthier course of action for sure.
So you saying you accidentally, when you went about your transformation, you actually, it was like hard, real hard thing to do. I mean, you know, because I heard you say you wouldn't recommend it to somebody to do what you did, but it's obvious you survived whatever that was. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Because if you want something bad enough,
right,
you're gonna survive it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, 40 Jews didn't wander through the desert and survive because they didn't want it.
That's right.
Anything you want bad enough, you're gonna live through it. You know, and so obviously I didn't drop dead, but the way health reasons, I probably shouldn't have done it. And I'm sure there's some long term thing that's going to happen later in life that's going to cause problems. You know, my kidneys are probably going to fail or something like that, but there's healthier ways of eating and losing weight than what I did.
Okay, so you said your kidneys gonna probably fail. So what I want to know is, because here's my question. What I want to know is, you say because your kidneys might fail, be specific. What actually, truly, what it was that you did? I mean, you know, hell, crystal meth.
No. I didn't do any drugs.
Oh, no drugs. Okay.
I didn't do any drugs.
No drugs.
I did absolutely no drugs at all.
Okay, good. That's very good.
And I stand by that. And I was accused a lot through that whole period that
Right.
I was on drugs. A lot of people thought that I was either on meth or that I was doing cocaine. And people were very suspicious throughout the whole time because I dropped it very significantly. I lost 60 pounds in about 3 weeks.
Damn.
I mean, like that. And I mean, I understood why people were suspicious. They either thought that or that I had plastic surgery, which I'm very pro plastic surgery. I would get plastic surgery if I had the money for it. I would have gotten a plastic surgery. I was very open about that. If I had the money to do it, I would have done it. You know, so I've always been open about that. If I had money to do it, I'd get it right now. I'm very open about that. Like, there's nothing to hide about it. So I don't know why people thought I would have hid that in the first place. So, but people definitely thought that I had done either cocaine or meth, because I lived in Fresno, so that's very common around there.
Right.
So people definitely thought that that was what was going on, but it wasn't. I didn't eat for about 3 weeks, but I was working at a restaurant, so sometimes I would pick fries off the plates, and I did that. But as far as like a solid meal went, I didn't have a solid meal for about 3 weeks.
So you literally starved yourself.
Right.
That's not good.
6 days a week for 3 hours of cardio.
Oh, okay. And I want to ask this question again. So you don't suggest that to somebody, right?
No, it was ridiculously stupid. But like I said, if you want something bad, you didn't make it happen. And obviously I did.
Okay. So when the weight went off, how did it make you feel mentally? Did that empower you? Did you feel that there's nothing in this damn world that you can't do now?
It did, you know, because you feel when you get your biggest obstacle out of the way, you feel like, okay, your confidence is there. You restore faith in yourself, and you think, okay, now I can go and attack anything I wanted to do. And for about a week, you feel that way. Then you feel, you know what, that wasn't really what was wrong with my life.
Right.
You know, you realize that there's more areas that you need to improve on, and so you get new goals and you start striving for more. And that's exactly what I did.
That's what you did. So here's something else then. How about your friends? Now this didn't take something. When you was younger, whatever age that was, your friends, because you know they say like birds of a feather flock together type of situation here. And so was your friend like you had some heavy buddies as well?
One of them was, and my other friend, a childhood friend, anyway, he was always there. So.
Okay, but the individual, the one that was heavy, how did he react towards you when he seen that you got more and more away from the heavy side?
Very encouraging, very proud of me. Always has been. He's like a brother to me. He was very happy for me. Slightly suspicious.
Yeah.
Suspicious, but he knew me well enough that when I said I did what I did, he believed me, and the suspicions were clear.
Oh, okay. So he didn't have no type of hidden agenda. You understand what I'm saying? He was like one of your support systems as well.
Very supportive.
You know what I'm saying?
Very supportive. My family was the same way. Slightly suspicious.
Yeah.
But again, after I cleared it up,
How did that make you feel,
I
though?
don't know if they fully believed that it was drug-free or surgery-free.
Yeah.
I think they still may be a little suspicious.
So how did that make you feel though? When you knew that other individuals, because you know what you was doing, you knew what you was doing.
You know what? I know what you're going to ask, but you know what? I'm an asshole too, so I don't know if I would have believed you. to be perfectly honest, because somebody doesn't just lose 60 pounds in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking weight.
It's not normal.
Yeah.
So I can't say that I would have been completely, that's what I did. So I don't know if I would have completely believed me.
Yeah, okay, but here's my question. Okay, you are Matt. But see, I know, cause see, some people, they get offended when they know what they're doing. You know, I'm talking about myself too. When I know that what I'm doing is, you know, straight legit, you know what I'm saying, is on the 100, and then other people are still, you know, doing no backbiting shit. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, so what I'm saying is, did you have any type of anger or animosity when people was coming at you with them doubts and shit?
I did it first because, you know, I thought, you know, these people know me.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, fuck them. I know what I did. You know, I was there. I was the one doing it. I was the one that benefited from the result of it. Who cares? You know, it's my body. I was the one that did it. I'm the one that ended up with the good body. So what do I care? I don't. You know, I'm very content. I'm very happy with everything that I've accomplished. I'm not arrogant about it. But at the same time, I'm very happy with everything, with the way my life has turned out. You know, not everything in my life I'm proud of. But if you package it all together, I'm very proud of it. You know, so there's nothing I've done to be ashamed of. So if people want to throw, you know, axes into things that I've done, go for it. Because there's nothing there that's going to really piss me off.
Check it out. So let me say this to you, Brother Todd. This is Todd we're speaking to. You heard me? Now, but check this out. So let's say that what would you, like you were looking at the camera and you would say to, let's say, a woman right now that's saying, well, I understand what he's saying, I hear what he's saying, but my system is from a female perspective. What would you say to her if she truly decided to, actually starve herself? I'm talking about a female. What would you say to the female?
You know, I think there's a lot more pressure on women, especially to lose weight, and it's much more from a health perspective. It's much more difficult to lose weight for women. Just genetically, it is, and you can't starve yourself the way I did. You will get sick. There will be long-term side effects from doing that. You know, my body's never gone back as far as like the way I eat and stuff. It's never gone back to normal. You know, I still have. There's more issues than just losing the weight. I still occasionally binge eat. You know, where I go crazy and I'll eat pizza and Taco Bell and Carl's Jr. all on the same day just because I binge eat. You know, there's still the issues that you have to deal with. And you have to put yourself on a better diet. You have to set calorie limits and all that kind of stuff. But it's not like you can just go on a diet for 6 weeks or 6 months. You have to just change the way that you eat if you really, truly want to lose weight. And that's what I try to get better at every day. So you can't just start yourself the way I did. That was a quick fix. It was a little band-aid. But that definitely didn't keep that weight off for the full 2 years that I kept it off. You know, there's a lot more maintenance involved. You do have to exercise. You know, you do have to go for a walk 30 minutes every night. You know, there's a lot more involved than just that initial 60-pound weight loss. You know, in total, I lost 90 pounds. You know, so to keep all of that off, there was a lot more work than just that initial where I starved myself to get that first jump of weight off. You know, so you can't just starve yourself that way.
How heavy were you?
At my heaviest, I want to say I was like 290.
Damn.
Yeah.
You was 290, man?
Yeah.
So where you at right now?
Something like 175, something like that. I mean, I've definitely gained some back. But, you know, there's a point where you're losing
You
the
ain't
weight.
getting shit back. You just struck 2%. You ain't.
You know, there's definitely a point, though, when you're losing the weight and you say, oh, I can lose more, I can lose more, I can lose more, and then you have to figure out, okay, well, what looks good on my body type? Because the lowest I got was like 163. But I was like, you know,
right.
It was quick, it was just too small. You know, and then you put some muscle on and a little bit of fat on to where, you look good. You know,
right.
Aside from, you can't just be skinny. You know, on guys, it doesn't look good. Girls can get as skinny as they want, but, you know,
exactly.
I have to get a little bit of muscle, a little bit of fat, you know, so you have to balance it out.
Yeah. So now that you lost the weight, beside the point of the fact of the physical condition that you say that will probably be affecting you because of the way that you went about the situation. Do you feel good?
I feel crazy.
Uh,
You're crazy. I mean, I think I'm a crazy person. No, but I feel good.
yeah.
I feel good. Yeah.
So you feel good spiritually?
Spiritually, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now, so check this out, Todd. This picture right here. This one.
Right.
How much did you weigh that?
I was at like 164 or something like that.
164. This picture here. How much did you weigh there?
Same day.
This is oh, you had this here the same day. These pictures the same day. Oh, who was that young lady?
So don't go with that one. Keep turning. Keep turning.
Is that you right there?
That is me right there.
Where we at? I'm trying to get this right. Y'all see that?
How could you miss it?
This one's crack on. And let me say something else. I see you, you was like skeleton in the warm. This one right here. How was your dating life?
How was my daily life?
Yeah, dating.
How
like-
was mine?
Yeah, dating. Yeah, I'm saying like with the females. I'm saying was the females? You get what I'm saying? Was they, you know, like okay, let me say it this way. When you was big, when you was 290 something, and when it came to the ladies, was you intimidated? Did women give you the?
You know, well, when I was big, I had a steady girlfriend
Right.
for like 3.5 years, so it was never an issue, you know, because I was just out of high school and I had one, and that was it. Then when I lost weight, I went after the crazies. Now it's good.
Oh, so when you lost weight, you just and that
Then you
ended.
get the confidence, and then you go crazy, and then it's just.
So when you lost your weight, you also lost your integrity.
Well, I lost my integrity a long time ago. I don't know if I ever got that.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I like crazies. Crazy is fun.
Okay. So, ain't nothing wrong with like, you know, being free spirited, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's how I am too. I'm the same way. You know, laid back, you know, maybe talking that old shit. And but see, what I want to know is that if an individual, we talking about whoever's out here that's gonna see this here, that's in a situation, what would you say to that person if they lost the weight right now? They lost the weight. Let's say okay, if they're in a situation where let's say they 290 right now, and then they having people that's like laughing at them, making fun of them, shining them, and all that shit, and then they come to lose their weight. Would you say to that person to not, like, let's say, to go that route like you did?
Right. Well, you want to always remember who you are. Just because everything on the outside changes, the inside always has to stay the same. Just stays the same, just because everything else. Your head doesn't have to get smaller just because the body does.
Right.
Keep the mind the same size. Don't get stupid.
Okay. Now, do you talk about fat people?
Of course. I'm still a fat person. I really am.
No, I said, do you talk about them in a bad way? Like you see somebody else, not you, somebody else.
Well, I still consider myself a fat person.
You consider yourself.
Absolutely. I do fat people things all the time. I definitely still buy bags of candy at the store and sit on the couch and eat them. And I still consider myself a fat person. I still consider myself to be an outsider. I don't know why, but I've always considered myself
getting it from you. You know, because I'm good at
Right.
pulling the person, you know. This, as you said, this defense mechanism type of situation, I see that working now, not now.
Right.
I'm saying in your life now. You see what I'm saying? Because you said something earlier. You said that, you know, you attacked before you let somebody in. You see what I'm saying? And so what happened now? You still doing it. You dig what I'm saying?
I'm always on the defense. I'm always
Yeah.
on the defense. I've always been that way. I don't know. I'm always on the defense.
But you're a protector.
For sure.
Most definitely, you're a protector. I see that. I'm talking about for other people. You're a protector. You know what I'm saying?
Bad people are my people.
Yeah.
They are my people.
Right.
I still consider myself to be one. I definitely am. I'm the first person to make a fat person joke or to say move a fat ass, but I'm the first person to like, if I'm walking through like a space this big, I'm the first person to push a chair out of my way thinking I'm going to need the room. I swear to God, I do. If I see like a small hallway or something, I'll take a different route, just thinking I'm going to need space. Not thinking about it. I don't know, I've always considered myself a fat person, but I'm the first person to say move a fat ass. Like, I don't know, I consider myself to be a fat person.
Now,
Not thinking what I'm going to say if I said something, not thinking it's going to be misconstrued or be rude.
right.
Do you know what I mean?
No, bring it back again. That part.
Like if I said, oh, move it fast, talking to somebody that was overweight, not thinking that when I said that, it's going to be considered rude.
Right.
Because it's coming from me. But me thinking it, I'm thinking it's going to be funny because when they look back at me, I'm thinking they're going to see me as what you're showing in these pictures. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. But in all reality, it's really not like that.
That's not what they're going to see. They're going to
No, they're
what the fuck
going to
is
see
that?
this little guy
Exactly.
up there, you know, discriminating against them.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And so that within itself is a condition
Right.
of the mind. Even though you lost your weight physically,
Right.
but mentally you still somewhat stuck
Right.
in that. You know, I don't like using the word past because past don't exist no more.
Right.
But at the present and the future, you know what I'm saying, in your life, you still consider yourself this individual. So basically, to whoever's out there that's watching and gonna watch this film, if you in that situation where you physically and mentally thinking that you're still big and you're not, and you're going through the situations that he's going through, he's going to tell you how he's dealing with, how he's getting past. How do you get past that? How do you get past that? That what you just said right there.
I don't know. I don't think I'm past it. So I don't know how you really get past that. You just have to remind yourself every day that you have accomplished what you've accomplished. You know, but I don't know if that's something that you do get past. You know, it's a constant battle. You know, I guess you need a shrink.
So actually, you're telling the person what you're saying. Then no, because see, you realizing it. See, you realizing that condition.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you're talking, that's why I'm saying when you say something to whoever's watching it, because whoever this person is, they may not have like the A's to the Z's all together. You know what I'm saying? And they can take, like, okay, for instance, we can use anorexic type of individual.
Right.
You know, they.
Which if I have to say, if I could be anorexic,
Go ahead.
that would have made my life so much easier. Oh, I would have killed to be anorexic. Oh, that is great. You just don't want to eat. Are you kidding me? I love food. Those anorexics just don't want to eat. How does that happen? How do you get so lucky with one of those diseases? Bulimics, they just want to throw up. I couldn't throw up food. Do you know how much that food costs?
So you're saying.
I'm killed for a disease like that.
So
how do you get that?
So.
I think I'm fat. They just don't want to eat.
No, hey, America, don't believe that.
How do you get that lucky?
No, that's not lucky. Trust me, that ain't lucky. Now this is what y'all witnessing right now. Here's what y'all witnessing. America, whoever you is, male, female, you're witnessing the condition right now. You hear what he just said? Y'all witnessing it. That's a condition that he's going through right now. Now, hey, see, but it's real. No, but it's real though, because you know what I'm saying. Everything that you're saying is serious.
Right.
You know,
I mean, all these things, they're all equally as hard to get over, and they're so damaging.
right.
It's just damaging, you know, and you think that you're really accomplishing something, and that's what I'm saying. Like what I did had long-term consequences, and maybe it wasn't bodily health, but it's
Yeah, most
it's
definitely.
damaging, you know, and so
Right.
the diet's never over. You know, every week it's a new diet, and it's the same for people that are anorexic or bulimic. You know, every week, hey, maybe they're not anorexic this week, but they're bulimic next week, or you know, or maybe they're doing something like I'm doing. You know, it's never over. You know, and so it's extremely damaging. It's damaging to the people around them. You know, it's never over. You know, I think that's important for people to realize. And I don't think people realize that it happens to men as often as it does to women. You know, I'm just somebody that's loud and obnoxious enough to speak out and say it happens.
Right.
You know, men get plastic surgery as much as women do,
Yeah.
especially around here.
Yeah. That's true.
You know, so I'm just loud enough to say, yeah, it happens. You know, you see men on steroids in baseball and all that. You know, you think they're doing it. You know, it's because you know you think of a football player. How long do they last? What, 3-4 seasons?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, what, 5-6? You know, it's like, wait a minute, how'd that happen?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
They're not just playing better, you know.
Right. So I want to say this, Brother Todd. It's a word that it's supposed to be quote unquote supposed to be like the proper word one use. It don't supposed to be like okay.
Is it a swear word? Is it a swear word?
You can make one if you want to. No. It's like okay. You don't but you know they say you don't supposed to use the word fat.
Right.
Right.
Why not? Why not?
No, but you heard that before, correct?
Right, you're not supposed to say fat.
Yeah.
But
So
it happens.
do it.
It
What
happens.
did that do? How did that affect you?
It doesn't affect
It doesn't affect you.
I could get fat again.
What about overweight?
I was
Which-
overweight.
Yeah, overweight. I'm just saying. Here's my reason for saying that to whoever's watching this film, or when you watch this film, and if somebody came to you and said, "Hey, you fat,"
Right.
somebody came to you and said, "Hey, you overweight,"
Right.
how did that affect you? Because I'm sure that happened in your life. I'm saying, I'm gonna tell you my reason for asking you that question. But how did that affect you? I'm gonna tell you my reason for asking you the question.
Well, when I was fat, it pissed me off.
Okay.
Overweight, not so much, because I knew I was overweight. I just didn't
Right.
want to be fat. There's nothing wrong with being overweight. You can be 5 pounds overweight. You know? Overweight, not so bad. Fat, that pisses you off a little bit.
Okay, so now my reason for saying that was this here. So if somebody called you fat, would you get physical with them?
No, I was too fat.
You was too fat to get physical.
Right. That's funny. For the price you people paid, that was funny.
You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me? So was it because you didn't think you could fight?
I'm really not like a fighting type.
Right.
I mean, I'll get mouthy as shit, but
Right.
I don't know, you know, I'd really not move. I'm very lazy. I'm a very
Yeah.
lazy person. If I don't have to get up, I don't have to. See, I'm still a fat person.
So you actually, as you sit here in front of this camera, you actually see yourself in your mind's mind as still overweight, right? Seriously.
The only time I ever sometimes realize that I'm not is like if I look down and I see that my thighs don't hit the edge of the chair. And then I'm kind of, oh, I'll be damned.
So how long has it been since you actually lost all the weight? To
2009.
about 2,000 hours. So okay, 2011. Okay, that's pretty recent. It's pretty recent. So I still can see somewhat of a condition, but you handling it well. You know what I'm saying? You handling it well. So tell Susan, tell Jamie, Tell Susie, tell Jamie right now. Look at that camera right there. Tell Susie and tell Jamie, and I'm a.
Get closer.
Don't cuss him out.
Get it closer. Not too close.
Okay. Tell Susie and tell Jamie right now. If they sitting here right today with that shotgun in their mouth,
That is a terrible scenario. They would not want to talk to me. I'm absolutely sure. You should take the shot right now. I'm sure it's not registered. The best thing I would do with it is take it to a pawn shop, probably get some money for it, buy some Slim Fast and go for a walk.
go ahead.
Suicide's never an answer. It's never a consideration. I look for your life over death always. For the main reason that you can't do anything when you're dead. And that's the main thing. You can't do anything when you're dead. You can't accomplish anything. It's one thing to be overweight, but when you kill yourself, you're just a loser. What are you gonna do? I mean, nobody wants a loser. I mean, it's one thing to be overweight, but I'd rather be overweight than a loser. Right? I mean, what are you gonna do as a loser? You can't accomplish a thing. There's so much more you can accomplish when you just get off your ass and do something. I did. I'm lazy. Steve's too far away for me to get up and walk to. I'm that lazy. But I'm not a loser. I mean, really just focus and figure out a plan that works best for you. It can be as lazy as mine was, and I still managed to do it. So can you. I mean, I don't want to be one of those cliche people that says, if I can do it, you can do it. But literally, I have to be one of the laziest people on this earth. If I can do it.
Talk to him.
Yeah, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm literally the laziest person on this earth. So get off your ass, pawn the shotgun, then you'll have some money. Spend it on your last munchies. Buy whatever you want to buy. Get your cravings out. I like KFC. I used to eat a whole bunch of everything as well. I still do. And I don't gain the weight back because I know I'll burn it off. It's probably an education shortage. Your parents probably ate the way you eat now. It's probably why you gained the weight in the first place. But just learn how to feed yourself. Caesar salad's good.
You wanna say hello to somebody?
No, you realize the only people that are probably going to watch this are friends, family, and a couple gay guys that saw me on Spike TV.
Okay. You sure?
I'm positive. I'm positive.
No.
What do you mean no? That's who's watching.
No. They're not gonna watch this. Not mine. Mine is everywhere.
Who's Miles?
My band is everywhere.
This is going to get you kicked off Oprah.
Huh?
This is going to get
Say it one more time.
It's going to get you kicked off the Oprah website.
No.
She doesn't like me.
What you want to say to Oprah? You got 38
Wait,
seconds.
no, I will say something to Joe Wasaki at the PGA.
Go ahead.
He's a piece of shit. Can I say?
You can say what you want to say. You got
Prince fan, piece of shit. Who else? I miss everybody in Fresno. I miss them a lot. And this has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys